Hi everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings. This is video 2 for our first day of the Project Life series that I'm doing. You can click right on the top of this video and it will take you right over to my website where you can see all the details of that. I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about traditional scrapbooking, the way I knew it and the way I did it, compared to Project Life, the way I do it now. When I first got into scrapbooking, it was not the way it is now. So 15 years ago, I was not aware of, anyways, of a ton of YouTube videos that featured it, or a ton of blogs or websites, or, you know, there was just a very few. I got into scrapbooking from creative memories, so there were home parties that happened, and there were other people that did it, but not necessarily all of the inspiration that we find now. So traditionally, this is what one of my traditional scrapbooks look like. I did a family album from January through December, and I've shared all of my scrapbooks with you guys in previous videos, so I'm not gonna show you every single layout, but I thought I would do a little comparison. So it really went through January, and then see, so this was, we had 2 layouts in January. We had my calendar page. I've always done a calendar page. And then we had one little layout, and you can see there were tons of things that we did in January. And then we had family visit, and we celebrated Christmas the first week of January. And then this was the end of January, I believe. A few more things happened. And then where Kayla's birthday happened. And then we went into February. And Valentine's Day. And then we're into March. So we did St. Patrick's Day. We do stuff for St. Patrick's Day. So there's some great pages. Oh, this is something that's not finished. There's some great pages here, but I didn't really, you can see, they're mostly just like holidays. Like here's St. Patrick's Day. We have 2 layouts of some random stuff, but then we go right into Easter. And then, so this is the end of, like this is June, or the end of April, I guess. So then my next scrapbook would have been the end of the year. So you can see it's really not a whole lot about, they're just big events. So that's traditional scrapbooking in the form that I knew it and in the way that I did it. And then this is Project Life. So this was in August. This was the 3rd week of August, and you can see there's lots of random photos. So this is, we found a snake in our yard, and I had to call, my husband wasn't home, so I had to call a good friend, came and got the snake out, and I took a picture. I never would have taken a picture of this event, of that day, before, because I would not have known how to make this photo into a 12 by 12 layout. So then again, we got a new bed. We got a king size bed, and it was a huge deal for us. We've always had a very small bed, and I've always wanted a larger bed. I'd love for our kids to snuggle with us and watch movies with us, and always wanted that. It was a big deal. I never would have taken a photo of that blessing in our life because I would have not known how to make a layout out of it. So then again, I do have some, like almost a traditional layout, but it's more these little moments, and I've journaled a lot. I have Facebook statuses that I've inserted. This is what a scrapbook is. This is, for me personally, this is what I love to look at. I love to open our album up and see a postcard that we got. I would have thrown this away previously, or it would be tucked into a box under, you know, our house, or in storage, or in the garage on top of a shelf. It wouldn't be so accessible to us. We wouldn't be looking at it. Yeah, I still love to be creative, but what I have found is it's not the creativity part of scrapbooking that I love. What I love is looking at photos of our life every day, what we did, what was happening, what was the feeling of what was going on in our home at the time. And a lot of it, you know, you look at like this is so funny because we got on this kick for about a month. My husband and I, he loves hot tamales and he kind of got me hooked a little tiny bit. And we were getting 2 boxes a week. Like he'd bring home a box at the beginning of the week for each of us. And it was like my go-to thing. And so I just trimmed up the box and I put it in there, and I just wonder what it'll be like in 20 years for our kids to look back of it and see, like, I wrote a little note that we were just obsessed with it for like a month. Let's see. It was an online class that I took, and this was my mornings. I would have my coffee and I would do my classwork. I would watch what I needed to watch and do it. And I thought that's something that nobody is gonna, my kids didn't even know I was really doing it. I just did it in between taking care of them. And I want them to look back one day on our family album and realize, oh, that's, you know, Mom did that. She took that class. She did that. I didn't even know she did that. So this was Facebook status for my husband's birthday, all the birthday wishes he got. I printed them out and put them in our album. How else are you going to remember that? What if Facebook goes away tomorrow? What if it crashes? I know. What would we do? I mean, how would we survive without Candy Crush? I mean, come on, Facebook. So, but what happens if it goes away tomorrow? And all of that, all we're doing on Facebook is scrapbooking. We're adding photos, we're adding captions, we're sharing our life, we're commenting on our friends and family's life, we're sharing our political views and our political opinions, and we're sharing articles and we're interacting. And so there's nothing different in doing that online on Facebook and doing it in an album. It's just you're physically doing it. You're taking and physically making something. And it's super simple. It can be super simple. So that is the difference for me. That is the difference between traditional scrapbooking and Project Life. I know there are some of you out there who did, or who even do now, traditional scrapbooking in more of a daily format, or you do take more everyday photos. You know, I know that there are, you know, those out there. You know, you guys have shared with me and made comments that is what you do, and I think that is wonderful. I just, when I was introduced to scrapbooking, the way I was introduced to it, it was not in an everyday format. It was about big, not products. It was big and not ideas. I've lost my train of thought. It was big moments. It was birthdays and holidays. And I can't tell you, I have countless scrapbooks that have the same photo. A perfect example is Christmas time. My grandma, I have countless Christmas photos of my grandma over the years in the same robe, standing in the same place in her house, watching us open presents. Holding the same cup because she had, you know, drinks coffee. So it's just over the years you can tell, like, she gets older or her hair changes. Or I was going through photos at her house a couple years back, and I was like, you're in the same place with the same smile, with the same cup of coffee, you know, watching us. And so what I loved it, but I just want to see more. I want to see more of everyday photos from people. I want to see their lives. I want to see, you know, what are we doing? What is going on? What's our favorite things? What means the most to us? What struggles are happening? You know, I think it's so important. So that will wrap up my second video for today. It is traditional scrapbooking versus Project Life scrapbooking and what makes the difference for me. I'm going to do one more video for you guys. I'm going to talk about the basic products that you need. So if you want to get those basic products, round those basic products up and be ready for January 1st to start, I want you to be able to do that. So I'll wrap this one up and I'll be right back with one more video, and then I will be talking to you guys tomorrow. So thanks for coming by, and make sure you head to my website and check everything out. And I hope you guys are enjoying this Project Life series.